on, off. Good morning. My name is Darlene McCormick, and on behalf of the pastors and our Board of Trustees, we welcome you to Colby for our Sunday service. To begin our service, Al will light 3 candles symbolizing the unity of body, mind, and spirit. Thank you so much, Al. And at this time, we would like to bring up our pastor, the Reverend Dr. Lewis Gates.
Good morning, everyone. Just a little note. Remember, we're still looking for volunteers, people that would like to participate in the church, different things. So we have different things that are going on here. We have things to learn how to run the equipment to film. So if you're interested in that, or if you sing and do music, some of you have, you make joyful sounds, but if you can sing, or if you play an instrument, would like to do like an interlude or something here. If you play an instrument, that'd be awesome. So we're looking for some live music also. We put a blessing bowl in the back. It's sitting back there now. There are cards to fill out. Ask the blessing for yourself, for others in your family, different things. You can put the card into the blessing bowl. In about 4 to 6 weeks, the bowl starts to get full. We'll have a little burning bowl ceremony, and we'll send it up to the spirit world. So, with the blessing bowl in the back now. So, in case you want to bless, it's right on the card and put it in the bowl. Ask blessing for yourself, for people in the family, or even people in the spirit world. Ask blessing for them and put the card into the bowl, and then we'll send it up to the spirit world. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Lou. All right, please rise if you are able for the invocation and remain standing for our first hymn, which will be page 28, Beautiful Isle of Somewhere. Mother, Father, God, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for those who are here together in the light and love and joy that you bring to us and through us. Amen. This is also a regular occurrence. Occasionally, Spirit just messes with us, and we like it.
You gotta hit the top button, Jerry. That top button up there.
Top.
Come on, hit that top button up there.
There we are.
One moment, please.
How many of you are really wanting to come up here and do that job now? Come on, come on. Repining, God lives in all. Please be seated. Located in our bulletin are our Declaration of Principles. Please join us in reciting these principles together. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that the communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the Golden Rule. Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual and that he makes his own happiness or unhappiness as he obeys or disobeys nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. The healing prayer is also in the bulletin. Please recite with me the prayer for spiritual healing. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. Now, for those of you who wish to receive spiritual healing, please go to the next available healer. Healers are sanitizing their hands after each person. And in case you have concerns, while the healers work, the rest of us will join in a guided meditation led by me. At this time, we will heal. Settle into a comfortable position, hands in your lap, palms up or down as you feel comfortable, feet resting flat on the floor. Close your eyes and breathe in deeply. Hold. Breathe out. Again, breathe in. Hold. And release all of the breath. Now breathe in the life source and breathe out the stress of the day. Source flows with your breath in and through you, moving gently down your body, your throat, heart, and stomach. And you join with the love of Source, the love that is God. And the light flows downward and inward in you, is through you. This is your soul, and you are infinite. The light, as it flows throughout you, grows. Now listen. Listen to your soul. I am safe. All my needs are being met. I am here in my body, and all is well, for I am open to new ideas and ways of thinking. I let go of repetitive thoughts to take care of my emotional needs. Drifting on, your thoughts transition. Breathe in the color orange, and breathe out. Feel spirit in you, through you, and listen. My feelings are the language of my soul. I express them in a healthy way. I use my creativity for higher purpose. Breathe in orange and breathe out yellow. Bright, sunny yellow, warming the soul with the power that is you. And here, just by being me, I am valuable. I am open to spirit. I am connected to greater life. I have the courage to be me, and I am open to the playfulness that is my soul. Breathe in warm, bright yellow, and breathe out, and your breath will be the green light, emerald green, that grows, surrounds, and creates a cocoon of love. And hear your inner thoughts, your true inner thoughts. Listen. Peace is a way of my life. I love myself. I have learned to love myself so I can better love others. And I embrace the love of the universe. I will evolve to help others to see and love joyously. I forgive myself and others in a grateful, caring manner. I feel connected. We are one. Breathe in green and breathe out bright robin's egg blue. And feel the others, the thoughts swirling around you, a part of you and through you and to you. I speak my truth lovingly. I open myself to spirit with great clarity, and I welcome the wisdom that is spirit. For I listen with the ear of my heart. My intuition serves me well. Go deeper and deeper within to your core. Breathe in light blue and breathe out indigo. And float with your thoughts with grace. Open and listen. I see the deeper truth. I dwell in the state of presence. I am a timeless, eternal being that is infinite. Breathe in indigo and breathe out purple. Beautiful, pure purple that shines with the white that is spirit. That is you. I am one with the divine. I understand the deeper truth of suffering, for I experience peace, love, and joy. 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 We are meant to be joyous. For I am. Completely filled with the love and light that is spirit. Let your thoughts swell and then grow smaller, allowing you to drift one more time into the beauty and joy that is you. Feel the beauty that is you. As Source flows through you and to you, push that love out and feel those around you now here in Colby Memorial Temple. Open your eyes when you are ready and look to your left and look to your right, for that is love. And that is peace. We are one. Thank you. We'd like to thank our healers for sharing their gift of healing. And the healers today, from left to right, Lori Carter, Deborah Jordan, and Marie Gates. If you have received a healing resulting in a correction or improvement, please complete the yellow card in the back of the temple and give it to the pastor at the back of the temple, or you can even mail it in to us. Those cards are valuable. Thank you. And now please stand for our next hymn, How Great Thou Art, at the back of the hymnal. Consider thou art. How great thou art. Well done. Please be seated. I think we're on a roll. Now, for the best part. Today I have the honor of introducing our lecturers, Al and Jeff Potts. They've returned here and they come in every year, and we look forward to that. They are from England. They are brothers. You might have noticed they're twins. And I kind of think of them as the Dapper Twins, and they always have so much impactful things to impart. Please welcome.
Thank you very much, and a very good morning, friends.
Good morning.
We're not going to sleep, are we? No, because spiritualism is very much about life, you know. And sometimes we visit some centres or churches where there are more dead in the congregation than there are in the world of spirits, you see. Well, it's wonderful to be back at the Memorial Temple again. Beautiful in Casadega. We love coming here. Al has chosen a reading before he gives his lecture, and it's called Spirituality and Science. Bringing spirituality and science together will help to bring meaning and measurement together. The word spirit simply means breath of wind. We cannot see the wind, we cannot touch it or measure it, but we can feel it. As trees are moved by the wind, humans are moved by spirit. Breath or wind is the invisible and subtle force that makes life possible. The visible is sustained by the invisible. The outer and material reality is held together through the power of the inner and spiritual reality. Acknowledging one and denying the other is like wanting a bird to fly with only one wing. The reality of wholeness is composed of two interrelated aspects. The Chinese call it harmony of yin and yang. The Indians call it the balance of Shiva and Shakti. Positive and negative, dark and light, silence and speech, emptiness and fullness, spirit and matter, unmanifest and manifest are part of one single whole. Uniting science and spirituality has a very practical purpose. Science without spirituality can easily lose the ethical, moral, and values-based perspective. Scientists without the guidance of spirituality can engage in the invention of nuclear bombs and other weapons of war, genetic engineering, artificial intelligence, factory farming where animals are reared in cruel conditions, and technologies that create waste, pollution, and destruction of nature. Science without the guidance of spiritual values has created many of the problems the world faces today. Science by itself is not benign, value-free, or neutral. Therefore, science needs the helping hand of spiritual wisdom in order to maintain its integrity and modify its power. Without spiritual wisdom, science can be dangerous. Spirituality gives meaning, value, and purpose to science. As science and spirituality need spirituality, spirituality needs science. Without science, spirituality can easily and quickly turn into blind faith, dogmatism, and fundamentalism. Unscientifically minded people may claim, "My God is the only God and I have the truth. Everybody must be converted to my truth." Yes. Such narrow religious exclusivity has led to wars, conflicts, terrorism, and divisions. Science helps us to keep our minds open so we can seek the truth and act for the benefit of the whole of humanity and for the good of all living beings, human and other than human. Do we want to live in a fragmented way, either as materialists, discarding the subjective dimension of spiritual wisdom, or as spiritual seekers, denigrating the objective world of scientific discovery? The choice is ours, to choose to embrace spirituality with a scientific mind, for science and spirituality are complementary parts of the whole. Einstein respected the religious dimension of human experience. He said, "Science without religion is lame. Religion without silence is blind." He was talking about religious experience which is beyond measurement. Here's Al. Don't, he might come back. Well, I chose that particular reading because when I first came into spiritualism, more years than I care to think about, I was made to understand that spiritualism was a science, a religion, and a philosophy. And yet today, I don't know about here in the United States, but in the UK, we hear very little about the scientific part of spiritualism. And that is really important. Although I must say our college, the Arthur Findlay College at Stansted Hall now, has made room for scientists to come in and to test mediums, which is really a step forward. Not sure I'd put myself forward for it, mind you, but it's very important, really, that we remember that when we make a communication with the spirit world, it is always scientifically proven. It can be scientifically proven. And that is the science of communication. You know, some people say when they see a medium stand up on a platform that it looks so easy. Those who are mediums will agree with me that it's not easy at all. And we have to trust. We have to trust in who we work with from the spirit world, or who works with us, I should say. But there have been wonderful scientists, and I don't know an awful lot of the scientists in the USA, but there have been wonderful scientists in the United Kingdom that have, first of all, criticized spiritualism. But then they've come to realize over time that they've been wrong, and they've come around to the thinking of spiritualists. We have wonderful scientists in the past that have been noted. We have a gentleman called Alfred Russel Wallace. Now, Alfred Russel Wallace, probably not known to many of you, but he was the founder of the now, I always have to try to think of what I'm saying about this. Theory of relativity with Darwin, with Charles Darwin. Now, when they first met, it was in London, and they were at a dinner. They'd never met each other before, but they soon realized that they were both on the same wavelength. They both had the same thought, and they came together and decided to share that responsibility, although it was Charles Darwin's name that was put to it. In later years, of course, Alfred Russel Wallace has had his name put to it, and he was taken to a spiritualist church by his sister Fanny in London. Totally against going, but when he got there, he got such fantastic information from the medium that it changed his thought process. And after going to this church a number of times and seeing various mediums, he decided that spiritualism definitely was for him. And this has happened to many, many scientists over the years. You know, the Master Jesus brought a wonderful message of God's love And we celebrated his birthday, whether or not it was on the 25th of December is immaterial. But we celebrate every year the birth of that wonderful prophet. And he brought the true reality of what religion and God's love is really all about. Truth is so important because truth is reality. And what is reality? Reality is that which, when you have stopped believing in it, doesn't go away. And I think that's a wonderful thought. But then, of course, after Jesus passed to the spirit realms, mankind came into that wonderful thought process, that wonderful religion, and decided that he knew better. And of course, over the thousands of years, different religions have sprung up, each one believing, as it said in the reading, that their proof, their belief, is the right belief. And even in spiritualism, we have no right to say that. We don't have all the answers in spiritualism. But what we do is we are realists. We search for that truth. And that truth becomes personal to you and I. I can't say that my truth, my reality will be exactly the same as yours, because you may find it just on a different level of acceptance. But there will be a golden thread of truth that runs through each of our beliefs. I always think that the word truth is so important. You know, we all tell a little white lie now and again. Well, sometimes again and again and again. But, you know, when it comes down to the reality of truth, Rumi the Sufi said, "Seek the company of those who are searching for the truth. Run away from those who have found it." Now, you say, I always believe that. Because how many people do we come across in our lives that think they know it all? I don't need to go to a church, I don't need to go to a meeting because I know it all. Isn't that wonderful? I'd like to find the college or the university or the school that they went to, because I haven't yet met anyone that knows it all. And yet, you see, there is a science behind everything, but behind that truth, behind that reality. And I always think it's so important to keep searching. Never give up. You know, we have to keep learning, keep growing, keep seeking for knowledge. And that way, what we are doing is we are allowing the growth of our soul, because that is what is important. We are preparing our soul for that next phase of life in what Andrew Jackson Davis called the second phase of consciousness. And he said that we are now living in the first phase, of which there were 7 phases. So what are we doing to prepare that so that our soul, when it moves to that next phase of life, will be in a good level of consciousness? It's no good sitting back and saying, well, let's get on with this life, it's the only one, I don't care. Well, good for you. But are you going to smile when you get to that next phase of consciousness and be disappointed? It's all in the preparation, and we are preparing that here and now whilst we're in this very difficult physical world. You know, we look at the pandemic that each and every one of us have been going through for the past 2 years. And I hear people at home saying, well, if there's really a God, why would we be going through this pandemic? It's got nothing to do with God, but everything to do with us. But what have we done to this beautiful earth plane of ours? We've polluted the air. We've cut down the rainforest. We've taken away the habitat that belongs to the wild animals. They too are evolving. We may not realize it, but they too are. Their spirit, their soul is evolving too. And we must take that responsibility. No matter, I'm not going to go political because I don't believe any political party has the answer. But I do believe that we must take that responsibility and we can make that change. And I do see it happening because I see people through this pandemic being kinder, reaching out to their neighbours, to their friends. I have a neighbour at home, she's 101. She's incredible. We went to her 101st birthday party in November and you would think she was 61. Not 101, she is incredible. But then you see her thought process as she reads her Bible every night. Well, that's wonderful. If she wants to do that, that's wonderful. And if that makes her realize that she is evolving in the way that she wants to, then who's to complain? Who's to criticize? We're each individuals. We're all unique. And I love Andrew Jackson Davis. And of course, he came back to tell us so much. If you've read his books, they're so interesting. And he would go into that altered state of consciousness, which often we call trance. And he would bring back such wonderful information from the spirit world. And there were usually between 16 and 23 people there sitting around him and taking notes, which was very important because in the past, so much has been brought to this earth plane which wasn't able to be written down because we weren't going through those different levels at that time. But Andrew Jackson Davis, for me, was really one of the most important spiritualists. I know there have been others too. Swedenborg came from quite a well-to-do family. And they were a very religious family, but they thought he was just a little bit strange, because he would talk to spirit. It took him some time, mind you, to admit that he was actually communicating with spirit. But then Andrew Jackson Davis really said that he would often communicate through him. And so what are we looking at? We're looking at spiritualism and the science of it, the science proving that you and I can communicate with those higher powers, those higher levels of consciousness. They're not closed to us, they're open to us. We are the ones that close ourselves off. And so it's up to each, I look around now at all of you sitting there comfortably. Well, you have got a cushion, I hope so. And everyone has the possibility of communicating with the spirit world. But not everybody wants to do it. But you might just sit at home and find that communication comes to you. So you're a medium. You've got that gift. It's up to you whether or not you use it, or you just sit there and say, well, when it happens, I'll tell my neighbour next door that I saw her husband come back. And that might just be satisfying to that person. And that's good enough. It doesn't matter. If everyone developed to become a medium, there'd be nobody in the congregation. And we'd have wasted our time coming here this morning, but there you go. I just wanted to say there are so many things. Science used properly is incredible, but as the reading said, it has been used to create evil. They split the atom, and what do? They make atom bombs. They make atoms that we can create electricity from. But then when they finish with those, they don't know what to do with them. So they bury them in the ground and cover them with concrete. So that someone in the long-distance future is going to discover them and think, what are these? But you see, science used for the good, through medical things, is incredible. I look at people today and I see the cell phones. Everyone has a cell phone. Put your hand up if you haven't. No. I do, but I haven't got a clue how to use it. And I see people, it's glued to their ear. And yet it's easier to communicate with spirit than it is with our neighbours or with our family these days. Isn't that a sad thing that we can't really sit at home? You know, when we were children, a few years ago, we sat around the table and we ate and we communicated. Now they sit watching the television or playing games on their iPad or whatever it is called, and there's a lack of communication, and it's so sad. We have to realize that those scientists that have created things that produce war, it's just really an evil side of science. Because, you know, I believe that war doesn't define who is right, only who is left. You see, that's really true, because we have seen over thousands of years terrible wars that happen. Nobody wins. The only ones that win or feel that they win are the ones that have created it. But we have to get on with life and put those things behind us and bring out the spiritual aspect of each and every one of us. We shouldn't have to tell someone that we're a spiritualist. They should recognize it by our very being, by the way that we are, the way that we live our lives. And believe me, it's never going to be perfect. My wings have long since fallen off, I can tell you. But what that divine intelligence that we call God expects of us is that we do the very best that we can in this life. Doesn't expect or never demands from us, but hopes that we will do the very best that we can. And if we can do that, then we can truly call ourselves spiritual. So I hope I haven't bored you too much. I'd like to just read a little story, if I may, if I won't get told off by the pastor. Am I all right with this? It's not bad. It's called The Atheist. We've all heard of those, haven't we? An atheist was taking a walk through the woods. What majestic trees, what powerful rivers, what beautiful animals, he said to himself. As he continued walking alongside the river, he heard a rustling in the bushes. Turning to look, he saw a 7-foot grizzly bear charging towards him. He ran as fast as he could up the path. Looking over his shoulder, he saw that the bear was closing in on him. His heart was pumping frantically, and he tried to run even faster. He tripped and fell to the ground. He rolled over to pick himself up, but saw the bear raising his paw to take a swipe at him. At that instant, the atheist cried out, "Oh my God!" Time stopped. The bear froze. The forest was silent. It was then that a bright light shone upon the man, and a voice came out of the sky saying, "You deny my existence for all these years. Teach others I don't exist, and even credit creation to a cosmic accident. Do you expect me to help you out of this predicament? Am I to count you as a believer?" The atheist looked directly into the light and said, "It would be hypocritical of me to suddenly ask you to treat me as a Christian now, but perhaps you could make the bear a Christian." "Very well," said the voice. The light went out, and the sounds of the forest resumed, and then the bear lowered his paw, bowed his head and spoke, "Lord, bless this food which I am about to receive, for which I am truly thankful." Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Well done, gentlemen. Well done. Thank you both. Okay. At this time, we will have a musical interlude, and our ushers will be passing the basket to receive your offering, and we thank you in advance for your generosity. Or we could have Al back up with another joke. That would work just fine. Please assume an attitude of prayer while we thank Thee for these gifts. Mother, Father, God, thank You for these gifts from those gathered here today. Allow us the wisdom to use them for our highest and best, and in this we say, Amen. And we have some announcements. Is this your favorite part? Next Wednesday, on the 19th, our message bearer for our demonstration of spirit service will be Reverend Claire Van Cott and Claire Whalen. Next Sunday, join us, that's the 23rd already, and the speaker for the service will be Jason Antelak. Every Sunday, we have Adult Lyceum, also known as Sunday School, from 9:30 a.m. to 10:15 a.m., and that is here in Colby Memorial Temple. And our next Sunday Lyceum speaker will be Joyce Auger. To participate in absentee healing, please print the first name and the first initial of the last name of a loved one or even a pet in our healing book here at the back of the temple. Every Thursday, a healing meditation circle is held from 11 a.m. to noon in the Andrew Jackson Davis Educational Building. Healing is sent to those on the absentee healing list. All are welcome. This service as well to that service, as well as Sunday at Lyceum and our Sunday service here. And they are live streamed through our Facebook page and YouTube channel for those who are at home. We welcome you as well. At the entrance, we have our Sunday bulletin and our activities calendar for the month. Please take, this is what they look like, those home with you, and take extra for any family and friends that may also be interested. This afternoon, we have an advanced spiritual healing workshop with our Reverend Dr. Lewis Gates and Marie Gates, and that will be from 2 to 4 in the Andrew Jackson Davis building. Do you want to challenge your present level and achieve a stronger connection with the spirit world with more effective results? If you want to genuinely advance your healing abilities, then this exciting workshop is for you, and it's $25. Also, please remember to go to our website, casadega.org, and they have the monthly information, and sometimes there are updates to our printed schedule, so please do go to casadega.org. And at this time, we'd like to thank our live stream viewers for joining us today. We look forward to spending time with you again.